Hello and welcome to your weekend mini nerve. I am your host, Maureen Callahan, and we are just going to get going. We are going to get going. It is that time of the year, which means that Oprah has dropped her favorite things list. Okay, and we're going to just whack our way through that really fast because we're going to get to the really good stuff, which is so Marlena discovered, I did not know that this existed. There's a series that Oprah, like yet another iteration of Oprah, you know, she retired from her show and she's like out in the bloodstream more than ever. So she and Gayle have another show called the OGs or whatever. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that first. Okay. But first we got to start with Oprah promoting her favorite things on her Oprah Daily Instagram page. And of course, you know, someone else wants in and we're going to get to that individual. Okay. But we're going to take our time. First, of course, Gayle's over there, you know, they're both just befouling everything. Okay. There's this cross-country skiing machine for $1,070 in this economy. Are you for real? Are you for real? It's not even a good workout. Okay. And Oprah's on Ozempic. So what is she doing shilling for this stuff? Then we've got these high-heeled sneakers called Sneaks, which we last saw Robin Roberts wearing when she was interviewing Michelle Obama on how Michelle Obama got to be such a fashion icon, you know. And these things go for $600. They look monstrous, and they are the invention of Sarah Blakely, formerly of Spanx. I don't even think she's the first person to come up with these. They're not moving. Wonder why. Women are done with high heels, let alone they're going to trade in real sneakers, like really cool fashion sneakers for a set of sneakers with heels. It defeats the purpose. Who funded this? This has to be self-funded. Sarah Blakely had to have self-funded this anyway. Oprah's also got Meghan Markle's fruit spread on her favorite things, and I would imagine that will be quietly scrubbed as Meghan tries to get herself out from under the PR disaster of reportedly not getting in touch with her father immediately upon news breaking that he had a leg amputated below the knee, I believe, but still, it's an amputation, and it's the holidays now. Finally, the no fragrance Oprah's pushing for $75. This is, I, Oprah Winfrey, just my opinion, think you, the masses who do what I say, are idiots and would spend $75 for what is essentially a bottle of water. A no fragrance. Are you fucking kidding me? What? Is it the same as no body, no crime? Just saying. Now, moving on to the OG Chronicles. Oh, okay, that's what this thing is called. The OG Chronicles. And as discussed, a cameo coming later from someone who wants into this little coven of two in more ways than one, I think. Okay, here's Oprah in 2019. Now, these two are going to explain how they came up with the name, the OG Chronicles, and the double meaning contained therein.
You know what OG stands for? Original
gangsta.
Gangsta.
Okay.
Look at us, gangsta.
Yeah, gangsta. yeah. I feel so good about that.
Okay, so Oprah and Gayle think they're being very cute. You know, OG, you know, we're hip. I'm 64. You know, I'm about to embark on an Ozempic journey. Whatever. Now, they we went back and looked at their OG episodes where they're imparting advice, because who better, right? Who better to listen to? And the first question, now this comes from like 2019, but it's still applicable because it's kind of an evergreen.
First question, my fiance and I just got engaged. We live in New York, but his family lives in Maryland and mine lives in Florida. And they both feel strongly about spending the holidays with us. The topic has already caused some tension, and it will only get worse when we have children.
You can tell Oprah and Gayle love this question because it speaks to the destroyers in both of them. Like, oh, we're getting married. Like, we live in this state. My family lives in this state. His parents live in this state. And what are we going to do about the holidays? And especially when we have children. And Her answers has nothing to do with in-laws, okay? Oprah says, well, why don't you just alternate and have Thanksgivings at your house and then do Christmases at the other house? That is not an answer to a question that has at least 6 adult players in 3 different states. Also, where is Stedman? Where is Stedman? Okay, now, Oprah begins answering a question as to what to do when your partner, Gail's sitting right there, but, we're just going to elide that. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, your partner gives you presents every holiday season and you don't like them. And Oprah seems to be alluding to he who shall not be named. One Stedman Graham, perhaps. Here we go.
Honey, I think we've reached a point where we have everything we need and we really don't have to exchange gifts anymore. That's what we did in our house.
I was going to say, are you talking from personal experience?
Because I had this same issue.
Oprah and Gayle read a question on how to deal with a relative who brings up politics at holiday dinners. And this, again, is code for we are apolitical at the Nerve, but we just have to call it out when it's here, okay? This is all code for talk to Jason Bateman, okay? Ask him what to do because he barely sees his sister by his own self-report. His kids, it seems, barely know her kids by his own self-report. He's over at Jennifer Aniston's listening to the bullshit that her hypnotist boyfriend is doling out because Jennifer Aniston is an A-list star. Anyway, here's Oprah and Gayle on what to do if you're related to someone who voted for Trump. Here we go.
My brother and I have very different political views. I'm very
Oprah's
liberal,
such an asshole.
and he is a major Trump supporter. I've asked him to leave
Listen to the
politics
condescension
alone.
dripping.
Whenever we're in the same room, he brings up the news and things get heated. This is going on in a lot of families. I know it's going to be more of the same this holiday. How do I handle political differences when we just want to have a nice time?
Okay, again, they are dressed identically. They are telling us something. Again, when they show you who they are, believe them. They are presenting like 2 little peas in a pod, 2 pre-Ozempic peas in a pod, I should say. Okay. Now, Gayle pipes in with her advice to this question, and it is a doozy. Literally, we did not cut this in such a way to manipulate it so it would be funnier or more annoying, depending on your take. Gayle pipes in. This is akin to when Marcia Kramer at New York's The Point Sunday morning TV show said to Jack Schlossberg, so what's your plan for affordable housing in New York? And he said, let me tell you what the problem is with the Democratic Party right now. Not the question, asshole. Okay. Gayle pipes in, and I'm going to say the same thing to her. Not the question, asshole. Let's go.
Katy Perry did something really interesting at a dinner party. It was a big group of people.
Name drop.
She wrote a sentence on a piece of paper and just started a sentence. And then she passed it around. Everybody had to add a sentence to what it is. And then at the end, you just read whatever the story is. And at the end, it completed a little story that I thought was a really fun idea. I'd never seen that before.
This brain trust. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Everybody had to complete a sentence. It's Mad Libs. It's Mad Libs for adults. And this was before Katy and Gayle went into space. This is why Gayle is getting fired. She is answering a question from a normal person, a non-celebrity who says, listen, things get heated at the holiday dinner table. Seems like she loves her brother. She just doesn't want to talk politics all day long. And Gayle goes, Katy Perry did something really interesting at a dinner I was at once, and it's like it has no relation. This is exactly why Gayle is getting fired. Okay. She is so high on her own supply and her little world full of famous people who she loves to name drop about. But bye, Gayle. Bye. Now, Gayle and Oprah have a little platonic lover spat about how to handle someone. Now, this would not be a missing or dead romantic partner giving you a gift you don't like. No, this would be just like a friend or a coworker or family member who keeps giving you gifts you don't like, because these two materialists can talk all day long about self-actualization, but all they care about are material things. Here we go.
I think what you
I think you just accept it with grace.
No, I don't think you have to do that.
I do.
No, you don't.
She had the same issue until she and Gayle murdered Stedman in cold blood, dug a grave, and buried him on the Montecito estate. Or my other theory of the case is that Stedman's body, his remains, are on the Maui estate, and that is why Oprah would not open the gates to the one road that the Hawaiian government told every Maui resident that they had access to, and that Oprah had been ordered or had volunteered to open it. We're talking semantics here. And people were, going on social media from inside their cars going, Oprah, you asshole, open your fucking gates. We're trying to flee imminent natural disaster. And the government said you were doing it, do it. And I think it might be because Stedman, that might be where the remains are. Okay. Now, but Oprah and Gayle are rid of that little problem. It doesn't seem like the authorities have much interest in investigating. So we at the Nerve are going to stay on it. Okay. Now, Oprah and Gayle, they are such destroyers. Take a look at the glee with which they approach this question about a woman, a busybody, who says she's so concerned because there's two busybodies, actually. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but this is how you give advice to a friend of yours who doesn't want a man she's been involved with for long enough that he's about to propose, to warn her about that. What do you do? What do you do? And again, Stedman comes up. Here we go.
My friend's boyfriend is ring shopping and wants my help, but I know my friend doesn't want to marry him.
What do I do?
Oprah finds this funny.
I would tell the friend.
Me too. I would say to her,
I would say, Gayle,
yes,
let me just
Stedman
say.
called me and said that he wants to get a ring.
I'd say.
I would definitely go to the friend and suggest to her that she figured out a way to head it off at the pass.
Head it off pass, yes. That's what I would do.
Okay. Now I know exactly what the precipitating event was. Stedman went to get a ring. Oprah didn't want to get married. They got engaged publicly, but then they called off the engagement and said they were just going to be together forever without getting married because Oprah couldn't be the kind of wife Stedman wanted, and Stedman couldn't be the kind of husband Oprah wanted. But so they would stay, like, none of it makes any sense, right? But then note Gayle's hand movement of like getting under, Undertaker, digging under. I think we have added to our theory of the case. Okay. Now, these two harridans talk about getting involved. Here's the busybody. Here's the concerned friend, the kind of concerned friend you just like edge out of your life slowly, carefully, but you get them out. Okay. Getting involved in someone's marriage. And this has nothing to do with the holidays, but their reactions and their advice is so telling. Here we go.
The other night, I saw my friend's husband out to drinks with another woman. They weren't
None
doing
of your
anything
business.
Inappropriate. It was a Thursday after work around happy hour.
None of your business.
When I said hi, he acted kind of weird.
Look at Oprah.
And didn't introduce her. I don't want to start any problems.
None of your
between them.
business.
Should I say something? Yes. Now, I wouldn't say something. I would say something to him.
Would you?
Yes, I would. I would go to him and I would say, look.
Fuck you,
I'm
Gayle.
going to give you 24 hours, and if you don't tell her, I'm going to.
Who are
but
you?
I would go and say something to him first.
I would definitely say something to you.
And not to him?
I wouldn't say anything to him. I'd go to you and I'd say, I saw him.
Who? George Glass? Was Gayle at the bar having drinks with George Glass? Get out. And I love, first of all, this question is bullshit. I would have taken the question apart at the seams. I don't want to cause any problems in their relationship. Should I say something? You don't want to cause any problems in their relationship. Don't say a goddamn thing. And you never should have approached the guy at the bar anyway. Just leave it alone. It's none of your business. What if they have some kind of arrangement? It's not your business, but these two, they just want to get in there. Okay, now, you know how a lot of questions to advice experts are made up? I think this question is made up. I think it's made up. I do not buy the very premise, because if the premise were real, this wouldn't even be a question to write in about. This person would have cut this woman off. Here we go.
Whenever I go to concerts with my white friend, she always says the N-word. How do I tell her to stop?
Oh, God.
Stop.
Oh, my God.
What do you mean, how do I tell her to stop? I don't even understand that question.
Key word here is concerts. You know what? I'm confused too. I'm really confused. I don't know what I know, and I know white people is confused because they're singing the songs, they're buying the records. But so when you get to that, what are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to?
You're supposed to go mute.
What are you supposed to do? You get to the N-word, and all of a sudden you're singing the thing, and then what are you supposed to do?
And then
white
we get
people,
mad.
Yes, when we were at the Jay-Z concert and he was singing the song, I go, now what are all the white people supposed to do right now?
You know, Oprah's rather forgiving approach to white people in this in this scenario. You know, Michelle Obama could take a note. Instead of blaming us white women for straightening her hair on every single media hit she's doing. Find your calm this holiday season with Peak. Peak is a luxury wellness brand powered by rare plants and cutting-edge ingredients, offering the perfect remedy for the season's hustle and bustle. Their science-backed botanicals, minerals, and vitamins support metabolic function, immune health, sustained energy, and radiant skin. Their Sun Goddess Matcha is an organic superfood blend that redefines your daily ritual. Crafted from the purest tea leaves, it provides a smooth, sustained energy for a calm mind and glowing skin. Plus, the nutrients can help curb sugar and hunger cravings, making it easier to stick to your wellness goals. Ready to gift the glow? Unlock 20% off for life for yourself and everyone on your list. Give the gift of glowing health this holiday season. Get started at peaquelife.com/the nerve. That's PIQUE life.com/the nerve. Okay, now, for the sake of time, this is a mini. We have to get off of this episode and move on. But trust me, I think we will be revisiting the OG Chronicles, okay? And we had to include this. It's a different holiday special, but how could we, it would be stingy of us here at Nerve HQ if we did not share Oprah and Gayle on Friends with Benefits on their Valentine's Day OG special in matching red outfits. Here we go.
I have how should I put this? Friends with benefits. We've been involved for about 5 months now, and we've never talked about Valentine's Day. I know most women care about the holiday, even though I don't, right? Should I do something, or will she take that to mean I want more than what we have?
This is a guy?
Well, if it's just a friends with benefits.
I say no.
I say no.
I say no. Especially if both of you know that this is just a friends with benefits situation, I say you don't have to do anything.
When you do more, she's going to then expect more.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Is Oprah shivving Gayle a little bit there? Like, hey, Gayle, I gave you an entire media career. You know, what more do you want from me? Okay, now, ever since Hoda left the Today Show, even though she seems to be back there every week, and she just did like the Thanksgiving Day parade, I believe, or some Christmas tree. I don't know what she's doing. She's always haunting the halls of 30 Rock, okay? She is in search of another gig. Joy 101, the app, you guys, the app, it's not working out. It's not working out. Now, we at The Nerve think that Hoda thinks that she has found an opening. I think, just my opinion, that Hoda or her people are the ones who keep planting these reports, these rumors that she may be taking over for Gayle King over at CBS Mornings now that the new head of CBS is looking to clean house because Gayle is being grossly overpaid at least $13 million a year, and her contract is up in May. And but I think Hoda's a non-starter, frankly. I do. I could be wrong. But I think Hoda thinks she can make some inroads both personally and professionally. Here we go. Here's Oprah getting defensive about her own gift guide. And Oprah, did I say Hoda? What did I say, Marlena? Oh, sorry. I'm getting confused. Hoda, Oprah, whatever. Okay. Hoda is getting defensive about Oprah stealing a gift guide suggestion for the holidays. They're such basic bitches. Here we go.
Rag & Bone has a pair of sweats that
not
look
new.
like jeans. Everyone already knows about them.
What a trend influencer.
Oh, it was. No, she took that from me. Oprah took that from me. Okay, that pair of jeans, my mom sent them to me. I told you I don't shop. Insane.
Right.
Like the best pair of
Okay,
jeans
enough
I've ever put on.
She's got
Probably
one of those
ever.
shitty little tiny microphones that's a bête noire here at the Nerve, and she's swearing that, the reaction's a bit extreme. Okay, anyway, this is a morning show circle jerk that has been going on for a while. So I went back and to when Hoda was head bitch in charge over at the 4th hour of the Today Show, known as the Hoda and Jenna Show. And for those of you who aren't in America, and you know that the Nerve, we want to be the asteroid that destroys morning television. Okay, we have got to play some of the show open of the 4th hour of the Today Show, known as the Hoda and Jenna Show, because it is just too good, by which I mean it is so bad, like your teeth will fall out. Okay, let's just take a quick look. Let's just take a look. Here we go.
You better start today, hold up and Jenna.
Oh my God.
It's the only way, Jenna. Hold up and Jenna. They make you feel like everything's okay and put a smile up on your face. Let's celebrate.
Oh my God. I mean this as no disrespect to anyone who is struggling with this or who cares for someone who is struggling with this. I truly do not, but those two, they look developmentally disabled. They do. Now, this is how long Hoda's farewell tour was going on for, and it's easy to forget, as well as a mercy to forget it. But this thing comes from December 3rd, 2024. So over a year ago. And Hoda had like this months long goodbye. Okay. Now I think it was getting to Jenna Bush Hager. I really do. And again, if you're not in America and you're unfamiliar, Jenna Bush Hager has this job because she is the daughter of George Bush, George W. Okay. She's a president's daughter. That's how she got the job. I think she's a charisma vacuum. I think she's the height of mediocrity. I think if you're going to host a morning television show, you should have a sparkling personality and you should be able to have an extemporaneous conversation, by which I mean, Jenna, talk off the top of your head, you dumb. But anyway, here is Jenna Bush Hager shivving Hoda. Okay. And actually, if I'm fair, I think that Hoda started it. It does matter who started it. I think Hoda started it because she makes some very, very she must have been feeling insecure about her decision to leave, okay? Because she makes some very, very undermining comments to Jenna on the air, to her face, about what a rube and a hick Jenna was when Jenna first started at Today. So you got to watch the micro expressions mixed with this is a Meghan Markle smile, the super tight smile, a super tight smile. Here we go.
You were new at this job. You were just kind of getting started.
Yes.
You were learning on the job.
I was, and I went to the Olympics. Gail may not even remember this, but Gail King.
Gail King.
Used to
Who's
have.
Gail,
I know,
Hoda?
she's your friend.
Please.
No, I love
I'm
Gail.
sorry. Ever since she had Shabuzi, I feel like I'm rubbing salt in
the
a
face.
wound.
It's fine.
I'm rubbing a little salt
more
in a
about
wound.
how awesome Gail King is,
Okay,
please.
sorry. And remember when she
Hoda
was
fucking
with Lenny
hates Gail.
Kravitz too?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh gosh, now I'm realizing, because I'm sure you said nice things about me too, but Gail had a radio show.
Yeah, what'd she say?
And on the radio show, and I had gone to the Olympics in Vancouver, and she had somebody sent this to me where she was like, I love her. You know, I love how real she is. And she said this whole thing. It was so nice. I've actually never said to her,
thank you
for doing that. So today, to my bestie, Gail, there's a seat open.
It's
Gail.
My seat isn't even cold yet.
There's a seat open, Gail, and I know you have another job over at 60 Minutes and such, but Gail and Jenna.
Gail.
It has a beautiful ring.
Whoa, that is some dark, dark stuff. And by the way, I also think we've added to our theory of the case, because Jenna's like, I want Gail to come over here and be my new bestie and co-host on my morning show. And now Hoda is making a move to get Gail's chair. I cannot keep it straight. And I actually think Hoda might be making a move to get close to Oprah. So I think, Gail, eyes in the back of your head, and you got it coming, sister, because you two did something to this guy. We don't know where the fuck he is. Stedman, call us. Marlena, how many days has it been since the Nerve put out our alert? Like, it's at least like day 25, at least. We're closing in on a good month. So we want to hear from Stedman by Christmas Day. We really do. Okay. That does it. That does it for today's edition of the Mini Nerve. We will be back here again on Tuesday for a full Nerve, again on Wednesday for the Nerve at Night, and Friday is the Nerve Awards 2025. Prep for it. We are going to have the most fun. In the meantime, you can send me an email at Maureen@devilmakehairmedia.com or DM me on Instagram at Maureen Callahan Writer or at The Nerve Show. Also, check out The Nerve Substack at thenerveshow.com. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nerve merch is available at shopthenerve.com. And remember, The Nerve is now available on Megan's podcast playlist every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern on Sirius XM Channel 111, the Megyn Kelly channel. We will see you again next week here at The Nerve, where you'll never guess what we're about to say next. As the weather gets colder, blood pressure tends to rise due to constricting blood vessels, increased salt cravings, and less physical activity. But here is the good news. You have the power to take control with 120 Life. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting superfruit juices that can actually help lower your blood pressure naturally. It is trusted by over 1,000 health professionals and used by people just like you who have seen real measurable results. You can try it yourself risk-free with their 2-week trial. Just go to 120life.com and use code NERVE. That's NERVE to save 15%. You can track your progress with a simple blood pressure monitor. Watch your numbers drop and feel the difference. Plus, it's completely risk-free. If you don't see lower numbers in 2 weeks, you get your money back. Go to 120life.com. That's 120life.com. And remember to use code NERVE to save 15%. This is serious. This is your life we're talking about. 120 Life can help. Don't wait. Take control of your health today.